What's up? How's everybody doing? Uh, okay, where you at?
What what up? We here, we
There
back.
you
I'm
go.
sorry. Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey,
Hey man, we are back, man. I appreciate everybody. What's going on? You know what it is RG Fantasy Football Talk. I'm Rodney, this is Jay. What's going on, man? It's been a minute. I know it's been crazy.
it's been a crazy little while. Thanks everybody for joining us back. I see Justin in the room. Good to see you. I had a little bit of a health issue going on, but I'm back. I'm ready. Feeling good. Feeling back to myself. So sorry we left y'all hanging for a few weeks, but we are here to get you started with fantasy football. What's been going on in your neck of the woods?
Man, I'm glad to see my guy back. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't get it, man. Like y'all don't understand. When we say R and J, we mean R and J. Without the R, you can't run this. Without the J, you can't run this. So I'm glad to see my man's back. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, man. I got a baby on the way, so I got a baby boy on the way.
All right.
So like life is wild, just getting it going, man.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you and the wife. And I'm mostly happy for myself because see, we Justin
We starting
that
early.
quotation marks, that's for you because you're the one who said that. I'm gonna come back to that in a second.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to
But
that.
I'm happy for you, not just for the new baby on coming along, but for those that don't know, and most of y'all won't. This is Rodney's second child, and the first time around, fantasy football was not good for him, and I'm happy about that because last year, my man was killing it in fantasy football. Won 3 championships, and so I got to catch up with you. So I'm hoping this child is going to give me a chance to
No,
get
no,
back
it's
in the
not. It's
running.
not gonna give you a chance because it's a boy.
Yeah.
So he gonna be entrenched in that fantasy life already. He gonna be playing fantasy at like
Okay.
2, so he already entrenched in there already. So it's gonna make me want to come on back and get me some more chips. So you know how it is, man. So like I say, man, look, but bro, you my dog, man. You know I love you. Anybody that know me and Jay go back so long, man. We go back
We go back
over 10
far,
years.
far. Yeah.
So
At least.
it's when he's down, I'm down. So we just got to make sure all of us are we good. So the family is back, Orange is back, and look, man, let's have some fun tonight, man. Let's just have some fun. Let's get right to it,
Let's
man.
do it. Well, let's get to the hate that's headed your way. Starting with my man Justin with your quote on the Chiefs being last place. You
And
you,
I'm
you want to
still sticking.
recant that? You've had a few
No,
weeks to get
I'm
your
still
mind
sticking with
right.
that.
You
No, I'm
still
sticking with
you
that. I'm
still
sticking with
drinking
that.
that stuff that got you crazy. Okay, cool,
Hey,
cool,
look,
cool.
I'm still drinking it, baby. I'm still drinking it. Let's go.
All right, we gonna see what happens with that. I'm trying to warn you. The Chiefs are gonna be. Here's some bull. We're gonna get to more stuff. By the way, John Bland, welcome to the show, and pointing out that this is gonna be your last three. So mean, people coming from you from the beginning of the show. So I hope you're ready for the stuff tonight. Uh, but here's the deal: the NFL schedule came out recently, and so people started putting in their ratings on how well people are gonna do, plus or minus, et cetera, et cetera. And they have the audacity to have the Raiders in the last place in the AFC West. I'm like, this is some foolishness. Because number one, we're way better than the Broncos, who will be the last place team in the AFC West. Mark down that I wrote that. I said that today. Guarantee
Okay.
you, Broncos suck, and they're going to continue to suck. It's going to be the Raiders number one, Chiefs number two, Chargers coming in at three, very close,
Woo!
and the Broncos are way down there. I don't even know why people are talking about them. But anyway, I hate to get it off my chest because I'm a serious Raiders fan, and I actually got some stuff for you on the Raiders today. So, what's
Hey,
good with you?
tell them how you really feel. Tell them how you really
I I,
feel. I
I
ain't
I
mad
feel
at
like
it.
the Broncos suck, and if y'all think Russell Wilson is going to be the answer to get them out of last place, then you lost your mind. So
Okay, tell them how you feel now. I ain't mad at that.
yeah, hey,
Um, hey,
I've been laid up for the last few weeks. I got a lot of pent up energy. I'm ready to get loose.
hey,
Let's
look.
go.
Well, you know how it is. Let's go. So we're gonna. I know we ain't been around. It's been some time, so a lot of news has passed. But instead of talking about some news, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna kind of flip that and ask some questions on scenarios that we missed. So we're gonna start with the biggest question mark in the room. is will Jimmy G and Baker Mayfield end up at the end of all of this? Would it end up on another team? What is your thoughts on
Here's the craziest part about that. Sam Darnold is still the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Danny Dimes or Danny's Pennies
that?
is still the quarterback for the Giants, and for some reason Drew Lock is going to be the quarterback of the Seahawks. Not that I like Baker Mayfield a lot, not that I like Jimmy G a lot, but come on, you know these guys are still sitting there employed, but just barely. Everybody knows they're not the guys for this year. Everybody knows that their teams are trying to get rid of them. So I don't know whether it's well in your team's case. I know they're asking too much. I don't know exactly. I'm not really clear on what the Cleveland might want for Baker, but I think both of them would be gone if not by the beginning of the season. But the first time a quarterback gets hurt, any quarterback gets hurt, they're out the door. So they're going to be somewhere else. But actually, my mind tells me Jimmy G should be gone first. It should end up somewhere. But I am still amazed that both of them haven't been moved at this point. What's your thoughts?
Well, I read something today that said that Jimmy probably gonna ask for a release
Yeah.
if they can't make a trade in July. Problem is he can't throw the football, so a lot of teams don't know if he can
Right.
throw the football right now. So um, at this moment in time, he's rehabbing from surgery. So once he clears surgery, I think if they don't trade him, they're
Right.
gonna release him. I think that's the going thing. I think the thing with Baker though is a lot of teams want the other team. They want Cleveland to pay a portion of
Right.
Baker's salary, which I mean, I wouldn't have guaranteed him this $18 million last year. I mean,
Right.
that's just wouldn't have been me. But either they cut him and they still have to pay him $18 million because they did guarantee it,
Right.
or they he don't play at all. So I mean, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I see. They gotta cut him. I don't think
Yeah.
because nobody
I
wants
mean,
to trade for
no
him.
one's gonna put out a big offer for either one of these guys because I think there's enough film on both of them to know they're both just gap guys, right? They're
Yeah,
guys you put in for maybe a year or two while you draft someone else, and then you okay, we can hold this spot until the real answer to why a quarterback probably was ready, and so you're not gonna throw out. In your team's case, two second rounders or any second round
yeah,
picks for a
yeah,
guy that you don't even want on your team to begin with.
exactly.
Speaking of your terrible team, Justin wants to know your thoughts on Debo Samuel, and I want to know that as well. Is he going to be
These
on the team? That's the big news.
yes, these are my thoughts. First of all,
Okay.
he's still signed to a rookie deal.
Yep.
Um, so he's making $4.9 million this year. So just think about this. If he was to miss any training camp time, like mandatory training camp, it is $40,000 a day that he missed.
Mm-hmm.
So just he doesn't have the money to miss time like that. And then I think his per game price is more. I think it's like 100,000. So if he tends to miss training camp and games, they don't. He's not going to do that. And the 49ers, and they own his right for the I guess to franchise him next year. So and the 49ers typically don't sign nobody to July, August anyway. So I don't know why he's making a fuss about that. Regardless, AJ Brown got a similar deal, and they have the same agent. So all you got to do is get him a couple million more than AJ Brown, and that kind of makes him happy. I think at the end of the day, he's gonna sign. I don't think he's going nowhere personally.
There's been a few wide receivers on their rookie deals making noise this offseason. Your boy Debo Samuel, you mentioned AJ Brown. He got his. He got $100 million when he got
Yeah,
traded over to the Eagles, and Scary Terry's still out there. Um, so it seems odd that
you,
all three of these guys are going after big money when they really don't have that kind of leverage to go after it. But I think all the money that you've seen go to wide receivers this offseason,
yeah.
which also is baffling to
You
me.
know, you know what the bad part
Yeah,
is? DK, AJ Brown, Debo, they all have the same agent.
yeah,
So it's a trend there. He's trying to get some money for his players, which I understand. I get it. You want to set them up,
yeah.
but AJ Brown truly didn't get a lot of money. He got on paper it looks big,
I would
but
say I can't say 100 million ain't a lot. I get where
no, no,
you're
no.
going with it though. Go ahead.
Yeah, on paper,
Yeah.
100 million. But if you're thinking about actual structure
Right.
and
How the
like
right.
how much money he got, he only got guaranteed 40 something million.
And that's the big part of
That's the
NFL.
big part of a
If it's
contract.
not guaranteed,
Yeah.
for the NFL, you are very likely not to get it. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so at the end of the day, I don't think it matters if you got to pay Debo an extra $5 million to say, "Hey, I got more than AJ Brown," to make him feel better at the end of the day. And he's not going to turn that down if they give. And plus, AJ Brown's still only making 4 point something million this year because he's still tied to that last year of his rookie
Right.
deal. So at the end of the day, I think it's fine, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. A
Um,
comment, Anita Bracy, that the Jets may have a better record than the Panthers. That would not surprise me at all. The Jets are a better team than the Panthers. Um,
yeah,
Even with as complicated, I guess I say Zach Wilson was last year. I think he's gonna step up, and I'm ask you about Zach Wilson later. And I know
yeah,
Justin wants to hear about Zach Wilson. He's a Jets guy, but I think the Panthers are a disaster. Um,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and especially at quarterback. I was a big Sam Darnold guy, lad. Why do I always call him? No, that is his name. For some reason, I
Sam
thought I
Darnold.
said Sam Bradford because I messed that up a whole lot of time. I actually
Yeah.
called his name correct this time. So yeah, I was big on Sam Darnold last year. I am not gonna get on that train this year at all. So until they find a better answer, the Panthers are crap. Um, yo, Justin also wants to know your thoughts on, since we mentioned AJ Brown and Tyreek Hill for fantasy football. What do you like
Um,
about them this year?
I feel like AJ Brown and Tyreek Hill may take a step back because of
Their
quarterback
quarterbacks?
play.
Yeah.
They leaving two good. Well, AJ Brown is Tannehill ain't great. Let's be real, but Hurts ain't either. And then Tyreek Hill is leaving Pat Mahomes for Tua. So
Yeah.
I think the way they're gonna use Tyreek Hill is the way they use Debo in a
Mm-hmm.
sense because it's the same system coming from the coaches from San Francisco. I think bubble screens. I could see them using them that way.
Okay. Somewhat, but not completely, because Tyreek Hill ain't built like Debo.
He ain't, but have you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the video going around on Twitter where he threw a deep ball to
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, and
I saw
Tyreek
that.
Hill had to
They had to
turn
wait for
around
it.
and you had to wait
Yeah.
for it.
I saw
So
that.
I just don't. I think they. I still think they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
I just think they take a step back this year, honestly,
Who
in my opinion.
Getting with the point of the show for tonight, we're going to get to later a little game of picking one. I'm gonna skip ahead and have you pick one based off Justin's question. Who you picking
Mm.
between Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown this year for fantasy football?
Ugh, man, that's a tough one, man. uh, uh, I think I'm going. I'm going Tyreek Hill.
You going
Just
Tyreek?
yeah,
Yeah.
just off of the speed factor, he can, and if he get the ball in his hands, he can kind of break loose. AJ Brown, he needs the quarterback to kind of get him the ball
Uh huh.
per se, if anything. So I think Tyreek Hill is probably the way I go on that one. So
I would agree with you on that one. I'm
yeah,
going on. Pure, here's the thing, and since he's been drafted, I think I'm on the record as saying I'm not a big Tua person. Tua's
yeah, me either.
he's winning me over in as much as they have so much speed and talent on that team this
Yes.
year. Not just with the wide receivers, with the running backs bringing in like Chase Edmonds. I think Tua might be set up to have a monster year. He might be one of those quarterbacks you can get late in your draft, and
I
Tua might
mean,
show off because he has the running abilities, and a running quarterback is worth gold in fantasy football. And with just the talent that's on that team, Jalen Hurts with AJ Brown is cool. That's nice. It ain't like what they have going on in Miami. I think Miami could be that shocker team in the AFC East. So I'm gonna be with you. Tyreek Hill, I think is better, and I think his situation is gonna put up some good numbers. Not just for him, but for a lot of people on that offense.
Yeah.
And I might be a Tua. You don't be surprised if I draft Tua in a couple of leagues this
I
year.
mean, I'm looking at Tua as like for instance in two quarterback league. Tua is and I was telling somebody earlier. Tua may be a low end number 2
Yeah,
quarterback for me. I mean, yes, the receiving core is good, but it's like, do you trust his arm strength? Because
yeah,
like for everything that Waddle did last year, Waddle he only had 900 yards,
yeah. But
and it wasn't a lot of big plays. It was a lot of kind of
yeah,
5 yard
I give you
posts,
that.
10 yard posts, but it wasn't big. So
But his
when you
share
add,
of passes was really good. He paid off for people that drafted him. But I
well,
think
of course,
I think that goes down some.
yeah,
Yeah,
with Tyreek Hill there, of
with
course it goes
Tyreek Hill,
down.
I don't think you can
So
expect that.
So I mean, yeah, I mean that's a tough one. I can't wait to play Pick One. Pick One is a new
Well, that
phase of this show that
yeah.
we're gonna probably add on. We got to see how it go
Well, that
tonight.
was a
But
preview of what's going to be going on, and we both agreed on the pick. So let's see what are just more comments about the Jets having a great draft, which they did.
they did.
My mom says that she said the Jets were coming up, and the Jets. I don't know how good the Jets are going to actually be because when you look
Mm,
at that division, uh,
yeah,
I still think the Bills are the top of that totem pole by a lot.
yeah, of
We
course.
saw the Patriots last year start to come on. I think they might make some noise. I don't know how much of it I really believe with the Patriots, but with them, we just talked about Miami and the Jets. Someone's got to be at the bottom, right?
I mean, the only thing with the
Yeah,
Jets, I want to say is the quarterback position.
yeah. How
I
much does
just
Zach Wilson
how
improve
much
from
does
last
Zach
year?
Wilson improve this year? They saying that he kind of bulked up a little bit. He
Yeah,
looking kind of. I mean, but that still doesn't help the fact that you got to throw the football.
yeah.
So
And to the right team. That
the
was
right
one of
team.
his big team problems last year. You got to do
So
better with that.
I don't.
So
I just that's a tough because you can't. Buffalo obviously is the team in the division. The,
yeah,
I don't know, man. I think they might be bottom feeders in that division this year just because
right.
the other teams are just a lot better. That's all.
Yeah.
Not saying they're gonna be total garbage, but they're not gonna be able to beat those other teams.
I think it's going to be tough for anybody to bring down the Bills and the Patriots. It's
Man,
still
Matt,
Bill Belichick. I know Matt Jones ain't your dude, but he was in the Pro Bowl, so
I mean, he was a substitute. Let's be real.
but
Stop
he
it.
was
Come
there.
on.
He
Come
was
on.
there doing the gritty. I saw it, so you
Man,
know.
you could have made the Pro Bowl as a substitute. I mean, stop it, man. Come
All
on.
right, what
Uh,
else we got on news
so
or news
I've been
questions?
talking about this for a minute.
Yeah,
Is Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers wasn't a top 5 quarterback last year
no, he
with
was
Devontae Adams.
right.
Now, will Aaron Rodgers be a top 5 quarterback this year without him? Because he may be forced to spread the ball around
He's
just a little bit now.
right.
Now,
Not a little bit. He's gonna have to spread that ball around a lot, a bit.
so is he going to be
Because he
top 5 this year?
top five is a stretch. He has the talent himself to be top
Mm-hmm.
five. Still, we've seen. Hey, he was the MVP the last 2 years. Um,
Okay.
but I'm looking at that offense, and I think you're gonna see a lot more Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon
Yep.
than you've seen in the past. And the good thing about Aaron Jones, I've been a big Aaron Jones guy. I think he's gonna be a lot. He's almost the Devontae Adams guy now because Aaron
Oh
Jones
yes.
is a beast in the backfield, catching out the backfield. So I'm big on both of those guys this year. I know Justin had both of those guys last year. This might be another year where you can actually do some damage having both of those guys. So that getting back to your actual question, is Aaron Rodgers capable of being a top 5 quarterback? I think he's capable. I would not put my money on him being top 5. Top 10 for certain because he's still Aaron Rodgers. But I
Yeah.
think top 5 is going to be a bit out of reach for him.
Huh. Yeah, I don't see top 5. I looked at the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
If you take away the 1,500 yards
Right.
and the 12 touchdowns that Devontae Adams had, he literally would have threw for like 3,000 yards. So
You're
I
right.
mean, you got the rookies coming in.
You got the rookies. You got Sammy Watkins to be there, and
Yeah, I
Adam
mean, but
Lazard to be
Sammy
there.
Watkins good for one game, and then he get
Yeah,
hurt. I mean, so
yeah.
I'm,
Eh,
I'm not too keen on that.
it's hard to get really excited when you look at his wide receiver
Yeah,
list.
that's kind of shaky. The
Yeah,
Rodgers
that's
are
shaky.
shaky. Oh
But
my
like I said,
gosh.
I think again, hey, we're not doing our rankings yet, but don't be surprised when Aaron Jones is very high on my list of running backs coming up soon.
So the next one is we're gonna kind of speak to this a little bit because I want to get to pick one. Jameis Winston with the addition of Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas coming back, and the rookie that they drafted out of college. Does he sneak into the top 10 finishing this year?
Is he healthy? And that'll be my, if he's healthy for the whole year. I think so. Um, Michael Thomas will be back, and they
Yeah.
drafted a rookie, Chris Olave. Uh,
Ole, yep.
I think all the pieces should be there, unless of course the new news is true and Drew Brees wants to be back.
Oh my gosh, I seen
You
that.
saw
They
that?
seen it.
I'm
Yeah,
like, no
that's
way.
nuts. I mean, come on, really? It's
Uh,
not true. He was like, man, he don't know what he want
right.
to do, but the coach was like, that's not even true. So
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel
see that one happening, but I think all the pieces will be there. That Jameis should have a really good year. He's another guy. I think you'll be able to get low for your quarterbacks and possibly have a stunner. I wouldn't draft him. I'm not gonna draft him as my number one, but I would have him as my backup quarterback, or in a two quarterback league. I could live with him as my two.
the two, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
but right now I gotta, one, see that he's back and he's healthy, and two, I still gotta. He's still Jameis, right? So
Yeah,
I think
Jameis, he
he's
is.
still Jameis. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I
but
want to see
before
it
he
first.
got
But
before he
but
got
we
hurt,
seen what he can do with talented wide receivers, as long as he's throwing to the right team.
well, before he got hurt, he had
Yeah,
like I want to say 10 touchdowns or close to 10 touchdowns, like
yeah,
3 interceptions before he got hurt last year.
yeah,
So it's possible.
yeah.
And the last one, is Leonard Fournette gonna finish top 5 this year?
I am mad because I thought Leonard Fournette was gonna be a top five guy the moment he got to Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
Ronald Jones apparently decided to be good that one year, and then last year they finally went back with Leonard. You said top five?
top 5.
I can't
He
put top
fin-
five on it.
he finished number 7 last year.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying he finished number
so
7 last
he
year.
sucked the year I thought he was going to be great. He was great the year I thought he was going to suck. So I guess I'm back to him sucking again. I'm not really sure, but I don't think he's going to be bad in that offense. And
Yeah.
there's no Ronald Jones there. I think he's going to be good. I would draft Leonard Fournette again. Not as my. I can't go with him as my one, so I'm not going to say he's going to be top 5.
Yeah.
There's a couple. There's actually not just a couple. There's a few running backs I like more, if healthy. But I could see him definitely finishing in the top 10. I would draft Leonard Fournette for me,
Mhm.
third round maybe.
Okay.
He'll probably go based off what people are presuming. Maybe second. I still can't see him being a first round. Top 5 means he's a first round pick. I have a hard time imagining a lot of people really getting on board with Leonard Fournette. Let me check I'll check to see what his average draft position has been thus far. But for me, it's really early to trust
Yeah,
any numbers on the
yeah.
8 DB. But are you drafting Leonard Fournette in the first round? That's my question for you. Because I'm not. I'm not doing it.
I'm not. I can see him. I can see. To me, he's around. He's not even in my top. He finished 7th last year.
Yeah,
but
he had a good year last year.
I can name probably 10 running backs that I will probably take ahead of him,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just me. Like personally, It's probably 10 I could take ahead of him. But they say he's going to be the starter. He does catch a lot out the backfield.
Yeah,
He's probably
a talented guy. We saw him years in Jacksonville be good when Jacksonville was awful. So he's definitely got the talent to be top 5.
So he probably is a good 2, but you probably can get him late 3rd, 4th round. So I think that'd be probably the way to go for him. But let's start this pick 1, man. I'm excited for this pick 1, man.
Well, I would love to start
Yeah.
pick one, but I got one question for you.
What's up? Talk to me.
And I would have put this as a pick one. By the way, I did check average draft position, and at the moment, he's like number 19, which means he's going in around the second round, which is about second, third round is where I would go for Leonard Fournette.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask you a little news question. We are both on the record as of last year, the end of last year, even
Mm-hmm.
going with Jonathan Taylor as our number one running back. Is that still your case with you? I can't remember whether you changed your
Yes.
mind. And is there anything that happened in the draft or with recent signings that make you think Jonathan Taylor's not going to be that guy?
Nope. John Stella, he's number
Still
one
good?
for me. Yeah.
All right. That was
But
mine.
I got a question for you. And this has been burning. Like I've been looking at a lot of people's like rankings for running backs lately. And they got Christian McCaffrey at 2.
Yeah, he's still that guy.
I just don't understand why.
Well, don't
Am
talk
I
about
missing
that.
something?
Don't talk about that yet, because we're gonna say that for pick one. Because I have a pick one question right down. So you want to start? I start off with that question.
Oh no. I got one for you. And now I wanna give y'all. I wanna break this down to y'all. Pick one is not based. When we say these names, it's based purely on fantasy.
Yeah.
In recent fantasy, not fantasy from 5 years ago. Recent fantasy. So I'm gonna start. You gotta pick one. Tom Brady or Justin Herbert.
I'm gonna go.
Come on.
I'm gonna go Justin Herbert because we haven't released our quarterback rankings yet. Last year, the obvious answer should be Tom Brady, right? Because Tom Brady was crazy last year, and he was pretty good the year before that too. So my mind is telling me, well, history is telling me I should go Tom Brady, but I'm gonna say on the side of science, this man has to break down at some point. Justin Herbert is the shiny new guy. I'm going Justin Herbert. I love what's happening. Like I said, the AFC West is going to be barn burner awesome this year. So I'm going to say keep with my gut. I know yours is going to be different because you already said how you rank Tom Brady. I'm going to go Justin Herbert number one over Tom Brady. This is the year it changes.
Okay. I'm going Tom Brady.
Yeah, I knew you would.
I'm going Tom Brady. Yeah.
And why is he gonna be?
I mean, you can't
because he's just Tom Brady and he has been.
Tom Brady. I mean, you can't. You got to throw the age out the window. He's thrown for 10,000 yards the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had 38 plus touchdowns the last 2 years. You can't discount that. I'm sorry.
Are you a little bit upset that we wasted all that time praising Tom Brady, talking about what a great career, blah 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 blah? And then
I'm
he
a little
comes
upset,
right back
but...
says, "Never mind." Did you see the thing on the where Peyton Manning wanted his retirement gift back?
Well, I will say this: I'm glad he came back because Tom
for
Brady
fantasy
won
football.
me 2 championships last year, so I'm good. I'm good with that.
I'm not mad at that at all. Well, I'm mad at it a little bit. Hey, welcome back. The senior Jasper Lewis is with us. Let's keep it 100. He's, by the way, defending champion in one of our leagues.
That's for me. Your dad is shooting a shot at me. It's okay. We're
gonna keep it 100.
That's a shot for me. It's okay.
All right. Well, let me shoot my shot since you mentioned Christian McCaffrey. Here's my pick one. These are 2 guys that had horrible injury occurrences last year and have been injured a lot in their careers. Who are you picking, Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley? If you have to pick one of those,
what
for your fantasy football team, which way are you going? Jeez. Which way are you advising the people to go?
Oh my gosh!
By the way, my mom said she's going Tom Brady also. No one feels me.
Oh man! I am going. I'm going Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And the reason why
is
Saquon has had 2 ACLs, and it's kind of hard to come back from ACL injuries like that. He's not the same running back.
How will we know? We haven't seen him.
He's been hurt. His ankles. it's nothing major. It's just been really bad ankle injuries.
Yeah.
I'm going Christian McCaffrey. God take it. I ain't gonna go there. I still don't think he should be number 2 though. That's
Oh
all
no.
I'm saying. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
from a potential standpoint, I could see it, but this is me. I'm a guy who's been burnt by Actually, I've been burnt by Christian McCaffrey
I got
and
burnt last
Saquon
year.
Barkley enough times to be like, you know what? I want to stay away from both of them. If I have to pick, what you're telling me, I have to pick one. I'm gonna go with the consensus and say it's Christian McCaffrey. I've been kind of hoping and waiting to hear about Saquon Barkley probably getting traded somewhere. Because I'm like, if he's not with the Giants, maybe he gets a little bit interesting to me.
Gosh.
Um, so far that hasn't happened. Both of them, like we said, both of them have terrible quarterback situations.
Yeah.
So you know they're going to be stacking the box against them both. But we've seen them both have the box stacked against them, and they still perform in the past. But are either of these guys who they were in the past? My guess is no. So I'm gonna say, gun to my head, Christian McCaffrey. But yeah, for me personally, they have to fall further than I think. We saw Saquon Barkley fall like to the back of the first round last year, and people are still high on Christian McCaffrey. So I know Christian McCaffrey is a definite no for me based off average draft position because I'm not going first round. I'm not going first round for either guy this year.
Me either. I'm not touching.
And I'm certainly not going first pick or second pick for Christian McCaffrey. I'm willing to lose that one and have him blow up without him being on my roster because I can't risk it.
Me too.
It only makes Aaron Jones look that much more attractive.
I got one for
Your turn. Your pick.
Cooper Kupp.
Yes, that's my answer. Cooper Kupp.
Or Devontae Adams.
Oh, you hurt my feelings.
Come on, get to me now.
You picked the one guy who's gonna work with my heart because Devontae Adams is now part of the silver and black. Oh, you hurt my heart because the answer was gonna be Cooper Kupp. Devontae Adams though.
Hey man, come on.
By the way, for the art, just so you know, we did not share these with each other before the show. So when we do these, we're hearing them for the first time.
And y'all can chime in if y'all want to.
Yes, please do. And somebody help me out so I can have an answer to this one. My heart wants to say Devontae Adams because he's with the Raiders, right? And I'm on the record as saying I think Derek Carr is going to have the best. We're not bold predicting, but I'm bold predicting today. Derek Carr is going to have the best season of his NFL career, and it's all thanks to teaming up with his college alum, Devontae Adams. And so,
hey, man, you got to pick one, man.
So based off that, I'm about to pick. Based off the fact that I think he's going to blow up, I'm going to say Devontae Adams. There it is.
Woo! That took a lot out of you.
It did. That was... Because it went with my brain and my heart, and they're not on the same page.
Took a lot out of you, man.
Who are you picking between those two?
I'm going Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. That's what my head was saying, but my heart wouldn't let me.
Yeah, I mean, can he do it again is a question. But I got to ride with Cooper Kupp on this one.
Cooper Kupp is going... He is going to be... He's one of those guys that in years past you could... pick up a little bit later.
No, not now.
This year, after the year he had, I'm scared because I've had Cooper Kupp. I had Cooper Kupp. I actually had Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams on one team last year. You may remember. You could get Cooper Kupp a little bit later. You're not gonna do that this year at all. All right, you're Cooper Kupp. I'm Devontae Adams, and you're probably right on that one. All right, here's a pick one, and this one isn't for you. This is actually going back on something we talked about in the news segment. If you have to pick one of these players, it's you're gonna have to predict what their positions are gonna be. Baker Mayfield or Jimmy G for fantasy football purposes. Based off what you think is happening, which one of those guys would you pick up?
Oh my gosh.
Right now you could get him a late flyer because probably nobody wants either one. But if you're trying to guess on who could possibly land in a good spot that they can actually be relevant for your fantasy football team, who do you think?
this hurts me to say this. It does. I, I'm going Jimmy, and this is why.
Okay.
He's a better leader than Baker. Baker has always had the better running back, the better O
Yes.
line, the better, I ain't gonna say better defense, but the steadier defense than
Okay.
us. He just didn't know how to put it together as a game manager. Both are my game managers
Yeah,
at
definitely
best.
that. Yeah.
Um,
Agreed.
so which one is the better game manager? Who you can say, I need you to go out there and make a pass or make a play, but not make too many mistakes? It's probably Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh,
I know
jeez.
that might be a pain, but I'm with you because if I'm going, and I think when we talked about it earlier, I said I can see Jimmy G being somewhere sooner than Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield, and for that reason alone, I would pick Jimmy G over Baker. But if we're talking about their talents and, like you said, leadership, I'm gonna go with Jimmy G for that. But if we're talking commercials, I think that Baker Mayfield has the best commercials. I'm kind of sad that he's not going to be in Cleveland because I'm going to miss those commercials. I mean, Jimmy G at Subway, his nana
Eh,
is the one who really makes that commercial.
yeah, yeah.
Anyways, Nona. But yeah, I'm going to say Baker Mayfield for commercials. For fantasy football purposes, Jimmy G.
Okay. Um, you ready?
I'm ready. It's your
Derrick,
shot.
Derrick Henry
That's the answer. Derrick Henry. Keep
or
going.
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. That's the answer. I'm on the. Hey, King Henry's coming back this year, and
I just
because
want to
he,
put this out here that King Henry had
yeah,
967 yards
before,
through 8 games.
yeah,
I just want to throw that out there so you can,
yeah.
make it okay. Just saying.
Part
Just
of the
saying.
reason I asked the question I did in the news segment before we got to the pick one
Mhm.
is with the Colts. One, Philip Lindsay's there. We'll see how much Philip Lindsay
Yeah.
matters, but I think they have there's more running backs in that room than I expected to be, which is
Mhm.
why I'm wondering if Jonathan Taylor is going to get the King Henry kind of workload. I think he still does. I don't think there's a real threat to him, and
Okay.
so since I think that the running back room is his to control, and they're going to run the ball a lot, and I think Matt Ryan being there makes it even easier for
Mhm.
him. I'm still gonna go with Jonathan Taylor being my number one running back, but Derrick Henry is not too far behind that because for both of them, I see huge workloads.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with youth, just like I did with Justin Herbert. Y'all not feeling me on it, but just like I said, I went with the youth of Justin Herbert. I'm going with the youth of Jonathan Taylor as well.
I'm going Jonathan Taylor. I like Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I'm a big Derrick Henry fan, but I think it's Jonathan Taylor then Derrick Henry as
Mm-hmm.
one then two.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
All right. I'm going with my youth theme. I'm gonna test your rookie knowledge.
okay.
Which rookie running back do you expect to have the bigger immediate impact? And it's not just two. I giving you three, and
Okay.
you're free to click other if you want to as well. For those in the audience, who are you going with? Brees Hall with the Jets, Damian Pierce with the Texans, or Kenneth Walker with the Seattle Seahawks? I think most people consider them the top three running backs.
I'm gonna go with
Who are
the
you picking?
Jets. The
Brees
Jets
Hall,
rookie. The only thing that I see that could be in his way is
Michael
Michael
Carter.
Carter.
Right.
Um, Michael Carter could kind of get in the way of him not being like the key focal point
Yeah.
there. But I'm hearing that Michael Carter is going to be the third down back
Yeah.
in that rotation. So he's going to be the first and second down back. I'm going with the Jets rookie. I think he would be. Now, would I draft him early? Probably
Oh
not.
yeah, I'm not drafting any of these running backs early.
But I think at the end of the day, I think Priest Hall, he may be the guy. I think he's the guy. I think Because I
Brees,
think they're gonna lean on the run a whole lot. I don't think they're gonna let Zach Wilson do much. So I think they're gonna lean on the run a whole lot.
right. Justin, feel free to chime in and help us. You're the Jets expert. I think Brees Hall is probably the better of these running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually surprised that the Jets went with him because Michael Carter was pretty impressive last year. And they have the other running back that they drafted last year whose name is not popping in my head right now. So I was surprised to see him there. I like the situations that Dameon Pierce and Kenneth Walker are in. Because Dameon Pierce is with the Texans, and who is he really competing with? Marlon Mack is there now. Rex Burkhead is there. It's an opportunity, I think, that he could easily be the number one guy with the Texans.
No, it just.
Now the question about that is still the Texans and how much are they going to reproduce. And then when you go with Kenneth Walker, he's also in a pretty decent position with the Seahawks because they had no running backs last year because of injuries. So is Rashad Penny going to be the dude this year? We've seen some glimpse that he could be that guy, but I think both Walker and Pierce have a chance at least to be undisputed number one guys, whereas Brees Hall has some competition. I think he has a little bit more competition there and more talent around him. I'm gonna go Brees Hall. Like I said, he's the better one. If I'm drafting a dynasty team, I think I go Brees Hall. If I'm doing a redraft for this year, because like you said, you're not going to go high on a draft pick for either of these running backs. This might be a chance for me to pull out my bold prediction from last year with no running backs. My bold prediction is just going to be me restating everything I did last year, right?
No, don't do that now. No.
But if I'm going to roll the dice for redraft purposes, I might roll my dice with Dameon Pierce having a better impact for 2022.
I'm going Dameon Pierce too. This is a tough one here, man. You're gonna have to think on this one. Jamar Chase,
okay,
or Justin Jefferson.
See what's not fair about this?
No. You gotta pick one.
No. Let me tell you why it's not. Let me tell you why it's not fair. I actually have this one written down. That's my pick one.
Well, that's because we think alike.
Yeah, I actually had this exact same one I was going to ask you, and I should have moved it up on my list. I think earlier when we talked about one of our earlier shows after the season ended, I think I said Jamar Chase is my dude, and I think he is number one of the wide receivers going into next year. I'm kind of ready to say scrap that and make it Justin Jefferson. And here's why.
Okay.
Here's why.
Hear this one. Okay. All right.
Jamar Chase is awesome. We saw him be awesome last year.
Yes.
I think a lot of what we saw with the Bengals is not going to be replicated this year.
Ooh.
Now they're still smoking Joe. They still have a dynamic trio of wide receivers. I think they can still make a lot of noise, but I'm kind of early drinking some Minnesota Vikings Kool-Aid with the coach that they bought. They bought in an offensive minded guy, and I think part of the reason they brought him in is to get the kind of production. When you look at the weapons to have on offense, they should be better. And I think this is the year we see that come together. Justin Jefferson over Jamar Chase. That's my pick.
Okay. All right. I'm going Jamar Chase.
Okay.
I love Jefferson. Don't get me wrong. I love Jefferson. I just think if you watch Minnesota can be very run heavy at times with Dalvin Cook.
With their last coach. But continue.
Dalvin Cook is still he's top-ish running back.
Yeah.
So they can go running back heavy at points.
Yeah.
I mean,
they definitely can.
We know the Bengals.
Yeah,
they
they're
can be
passing
up
the
by
ball all day.
they can be up by 35 and they just throwing the football no matter
Right.
what. I just think Jamar Chase in that rapport that he got with Smoking Joe is always gonna be
Yes.
there. So
Yeah.
you can't really take that away from him. I love both of them. If I can get both of them, I will get them. But
You're not gonna be able to do that.
you're not gonna be able to do
Right.
that. So Jamar Chase is slightly.
Yeah.
And on top of that, in the AFC, a lot of big
Mm-hmm.
matchups. They're gonna have to come to play. It's gonna be a lot of throwing. I'm going Jamar Chase.
Like I said, I was Jamar Chase. Maybe it was my time sitting trying to get my heart better. I had some time to rethink it, and maybe my mind changed. But because I was completely Jamar Chase before the last time, I might even been the very last show we did. I'm switching my answer to Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Assuming this offense is going to be really spectacular. If they come out with the same offense and this Captain Kirk being a dud for half the year, I'm going to be very upset. because of my belief in this newfound offense they're supposed to have, I'm going to be higher on Kirk Cousins than I was a year ago. So we'll see how that works out for me.
Okay.
All right. I'm going back to your rookie knowledge again. This time with wide receivers, which was obviously the best position in this year's draft, right?
Yes.
All right. Rookie impacts. Are you going Drake London in Atlanta, Treylon Burks with the Tennessee Titans, or back to the Jets again, Garrett Wilson? Or other. You tell
I'm going Treylon Burks in Tennessee.
Because A.J. Brown's gone?
Because A.J. Brown is gone, and they have nothing else to throw to. So he's going to be – and he's built just like A.J. Brown.
Yeah, he is A.J. Brown. That's why A.J. Brown is in Philadelphia right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
So he's A.J. Brown 2.0 in a sense. I think he's going to get – my only issue is can Tannehill get him the ball? And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to throw a little bold statement out there in the mix of all of this.
Get bold.
Malik Willis will be taking that
I thought you might mention Malik Willis.
by week 8, mid-season ish. I think Malik Willis is gonna take that job.
You think he's gonna be ready?
I think Tannehill's scared, bro.
He should be.
I think Tannehill's scared. I think Tannehill.
If he saw how he ended last year, he should be scared. Did you hear? What are your thoughts on him saying it's not his job to mentor Malik Willis?
I'm gonna tell you, if anybody, because I always reference this to a lot of stuff, and that is, I promise you, I'm not trying to sound a certain way, but if anybody's seen Any Given Sunday, I mean, it reminds me so much of Any Given Sunday with Jamie Foxx being the quarterback coming in, and the older white guy's the quarterback, and the wife is at home like, you ain't gonna let him take that job from you. You gonna go out there, you gonna fight for that job. But the coach always saying he's coaching up Jamie more than he's coaching up the other guy.
Right.
And the owner came out from the Tennessee Titans and said that if whoever wins the job, Cal, basically saying, hey, if the talent is there and he's better, we can put him on the field. We're not going to make him wait. So that tells me Tannehill saying that, and people saying, well, you got to listen to the whole conversation, the whole interview. You do, yes, you can, but for him to make that statement was unnecessary.
Right. Because I don't think many people expect Malik Willis to start this year. So he could have really left it alone, I think.
Yeah, but
except for the fact he also saw Brian Tannehill last year, and so
he opened that can.
He opened it up. He opened the can.
So he opened that can up. When he opened that can up, it was basically in my mind. It's like I got him in a room. It reminds you back to last year with Jimmy and Trey, and how Jimmy never said nothing bad. About the situation, and he just let it play out. Tannehill didn't handle that right. Tannehill should have been like, all right, we're in a room together. I don't mind teaching him, helping him, boom, boom, boom. Leave it alone at that. I think Malik Willis is going to take that job. And if he starts off really bad, bro,
Mm-hmm.
he can just that one goodbye.
Yeah,
Week 8, I'm telling
yeah. Ryan Tannehill was one of our high picks last year, and that did not work out at all. Anita's agreeing with you that Any Given Sunday, one of the great movies of all times,
you. Yeah.
and Tannehill sucks. Yeah, that's a certainty. I didn't answer that, did I?
No.
I'm intrigued by Mr. Drake London.
In Atlanta,
I am not intrigued by Marcus
Not a
Mariota.
but you know what's crazy? I
uh,
don't think he's gonna win that job.
yeah,
I don't think he's winning that job. I don't.
I would
I
not be
think
surprised if he didn't.
I
So
don't think he's winning that job. I don't. I'm sorry. I
yeah,
think that rookie's gonna take that job from him.
would I be
Week 1.
surprised? What would be crazy if the rookie does win? Him, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, they are completely restarting,
Yeah.
hitting reset on the offense, and that would be pretty cool. If you ask me, I want to say Drake London is my pick, but I can't go with it right now because of their quarterback situation. And I'm not a Tannehill guy either. So I think what I say for you is Treylon Burks because of his situation.
Yeah.
But if I'm dynasty, I'm Drake London all the way. And I'm going to see how this thing works out.
I think because you still have to account for Derrick Henry stacking the box at 8, 9, 10 players.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's going to have one-on-one coverage. It's up to Tannehill to get him the football. Yeah. That's the main problem that you're going to run into.
So, none of us picked Garrett Wilson. Is that because of Zach Wilson?
I just don't. Zach Wilson got to show me a little bit more. So, no offense, but Zach Wilson, if you watch, Zach Wilson had some bad games last year.
He had some terrible games last year.
Oh, my gosh. He had some bad. His games was bad, bro. Like, oh, my gosh. I looked at his stat line from last year, and in every game, it was bad.
Yeah. It was bad. Awful. It was awful.
Lord have mercy. I got one.
Your turn.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, that's my answer. I know you're gonna say an or that's gonna make me change. Go ahead.
Or Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. I figured y'all was gonna be what you said. I've been on Patrick Mahomes, number 1 quarterback out the box for years. This year, I'm gonna give a slight edge to Josh Allen, only because you get more running. And in fantasy football, if you have a running quarterback, that's gold. If you have a running quarterback that can throw the ball around well, like Josh Allen has shown the ability to do, I go Josh Allen because of his performance the last 2 years. Slight edge over Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. I'll go with Josh Allen too.
Yeah.
And my only reason is because I don't believe in the receiving core.
Without Tyreek Hill, you're not feeling it? Yes. Okay, I can feel that.
I love Kelsey, but I just think Juju, couple rookies. Mm-hmm. I just don't. One of them got to step up and be.
Hey, that guy, Sky, the rookie that they drafted, he should be nice. And I think maybe we were a year early on McCole Hardman's breakout year. This could be the McCole Hardman, because a lot of what, and I've been saying it because our producer, you all may know, is from Kansas City. Don't get me wrong, Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman down here.
Yeah.
But a lot of what Tyreek Hill brought to that offense, McCole Hardman has the speed to do. He's a burner, if nothing else. He needs to not drop the ball. But
the problem I have with that statement is this.
Go on.
When you have Kelsey draws a double team, Tyreek Hill draws a double team, McCole Hardman draws a single coverage, and he still can't get open. That's
a problem.
That's my issue with McCole Hardman.
That's a big problem.
If he was that good of a player, not saying he's not, but if he was that good, he should have been.
He should have been way better. I agree. He should have been way better.
That's what I'm saying.
So, did I answer or I don't even remember.
You said
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, we both went Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
On that note, though, this is not my pick one, but it's going to end up being pick one-ish.
Okay.
Only because you mentioned Josh Allen. who are you liking? Because there's been a lot of noise about Gabriel Davis over Stephon Diggs this year. Are you buying into any of that?
No,
Still
not
Stephon
anymore.
Diggs? Yeah.
Yeah.
I see why he's getting a lot of noise, but for me, I'm like, okay, that 1 year ain't gonna have him pick over. For me, I'm picking Stephon Diggs before I pick Gabriel
Gabriel
Davis.
Davis is a
Easy.
product of
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs being on the other side.
Yeah.
So he's a product of that. Diggs is getting a double team. This is like McCole Hardman when
Right.
Tyreek Hill was getting double team. Instead, Gabriel is taking advantage
He's
of
taking.
that more.
He took it. His draft stock is rising, and it's like crazy how much his draft stock. It's like, is he really that good? We'll see.
He's taking advantage of it. So,
okay, but that was not my pick one. Here comes my pick one.
Okay.
We talked about Zach Wilson a lot. Second year quarterback making improvement. Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson? Who's going to step up more? Because they were both not great last year.
Trevor Lawrence threw for 3,800 yards last year. He had 11 interceptions, 9 touchdowns. Zach Wilson threw for like 2,000 yards. I'm going Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence probably. I don't understand the Christian Kirk move, but that's just me.
Right.
But I'm going Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is probably going to be better. I think if I had to go out there on a limb, I'd say Trevor Lawrence cracks maybe 4,000 yards this year. I don't see. I just don't believe in the other kid. I'm sorry, man. I don't.
You're not a Zach Wilson believer.
I gotta see more, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I looked at his stats, man.
Yeah.
And when I looked at his stats, oh, bro, I was like,
it was frightening.
Kidding me right now? It was frightening, bro.
It was frightening.
It was terrible. It was on some like, what happened?
I'm gonna blame Trevor Lawrence's failures last year completely on Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer is gone. There's some respectability there. I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence over Zach Wilson as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Anita says the Falcons might as well call it a season. Yeah,
should.
I think they did actually. Unofficially, I think they are calling it a season. They're going for high draft picks again next year because they're going to be awful. I mean, they were awful last year, but they're going to be super awful this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think it's your run.
Travis Kelce.
Uh-oh.
Or Mark Andrews.
Because you know Travis is my dude. Travis is always my dude.
That's why I did that. Come on.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Travis
Be
Kelce.
honest.
Now, here's the you didn't ask this, and you could have got me to go away from Travis Kelce if you had said Kyle Pitts or Travis Kelce. I might have said Kyle Pitts on this one.
Wow.
Did you see him get 1,000 yards in his rookie year? And you see, other than Drake London, there's nobody else there for whoever the quarterback is going to be to throw to. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be phenomenal this year. But if the question is Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews was the man last year, and Mark Andrews would still be the main gunner on that team with Hollywood's gone, so the only guy that Lamar Jackson knows is Mark Andrews right now.
That's what I'm saying.
So his share, he might get 99% of the passes, but I'm gonna actually go Travis Kelce to reclaim that top spot, at least top over Mark Andrews.
You know I like Travis Kelce.
No, you don't. You're a hater.
I do.
You love George Kittle.
I love George Kittle. That's just keeping him 100 with y'all.
Yes.
Mark Andrews, I'm going to. I'm going Mark Andrews. I think his shared target is just insanely crazy.
It's dumb. It's completely dumb.
Even when Lamar Jackson went out, he
still
got shared targets.
Exactly.
So I'm going Mark Andrews. I think because I remember one year Mark Andrews finished number 1. Yeah. And he had a disappointing year after that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Mark Andrews can do it again.
I would not be surprised. That's a really good pick one, because here's the other reason why I go Kelsey. Kelsey has been consistent. Name the last time he didn't have 1,000-yard season. And you're gonna go back like 6 years.
He's been consistent, but I just feel like.
But Mark Andrews was phenomenal last year, and like you said, his share could be higher. He had all the passes last year, and he could have even more this year. So yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah. Okay, I got that. I like that one.
All right, here we go. I've said many times on tonight's show, running quarterbacks are gold. So I'm gonna give you 2 running quarterbacks, none of which are named Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I figured that'd be too easy. Are you going Jalen Hurts or Justin Fields?
Jalen Hurts or Justin Fields? I'm going Justin Fields.
Ooh, okay.
Go Justin Fields. Oh, that was a tough one, though. I ain't gonna lie. That was a tough one. I'm not a big Jalen Hurts fan. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I just don't. It's something about Jalen Hurts that made me like, oh, not him. I feel like Justin Fields, in his partly coaching in Chicago, is part of the reason why he doesn't get the necessary love that he should get, because they didn't add anything for him this year.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything on the O-line per se to help him out. So I still think Justin Fields is a better prospect than Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
In my opinion. I just think Justin Fields his arm strength is better, accuracy is better. Jalen Hurts can't throw. His accuracy is terrible.
He misses players a lot.
All the time.
A whole lot.
Yeah. So Fields' accuracy is a lot better. And I feel like he's gonna have to do a lot more this year. Second year around, he probably gonna run a little bit more than usual because of the O-line just not well put together. Yeah, I'm going Justin Fields.
I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts, and I'm gonna say neither one of these guys impressed me with what they're gonna do with their arm this year, because number one, Justin Fields has no one to throw to. I mean, Darnell Mooney was good last year, but they, like you said, they didn't do anything to help him out. I think the Bears have literally, we talked about the Falcons season being over. The Bears, I think, came in saying, we are not going to win a game if we can help it this year, right? So,
I tell you,
they did nothing. We'll see how the new coach Eberflus, how good he is and whether that makes it better, but they just don't have talent on the Bears. I think the Eagles have more time. Bringing in A.J. Brown, for one, I really think they are going to try to win. And I think this, because they put so much talent on this team over in the offseason, it's a prove-it year. And like you said, Jalen Hurts has not been that impressive. This is Jalen Hurts has to be impressive this year, or Jalen Hurts might not be with the Eagles much longer.
And the thing with that is, I think Justin Fields got a little bit more free reign to kind of go out there and.
He's gonna have to. He's the only player on the team, so yeah, he's gonna have complete free reign.
He's gonna have a little bit more free reign.
Just go out and do whatever you can do, whatever.
Yeah.
but I think Jalen Hurts has to be good this year. I don't think he has a choice, but to be good, or he's gonna be out of a job, and you know how it can be. He out of that job, he might be out of the league. So I'm going to go this year, Jalen Hurts, putting his money where his mouth is, because he has to. And I'm going to say he has enough talent around him that he could be more fantasy relevant than Justin Fields.
Okay.
I'm not drafting either one if I can help it. but if I have to, I would draft Jalen Hurts ahead of Justin Fields.
All right. I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Or Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yeah. And I don't even want to give a long explanation. Look at what Aaron Rodgers no longer has. Look at what Joe Burrow still has. Joe Burrow.
Okay. I didn't think that one was going to be hard either, but I just put it out there. So,
All right.
what you
This
got?
one is a little bit different. There were a lot of new coaches hired this year.
Mm-hmm.
For the audience, I go over them. There's Lovie Smith in Texas, Doug Peterson in Jacksonville, Josh McDaniels with the Raiders. We've got Mike McDaniels with the Dolphins. What's it, Nathaniel Hackett with the Broncos, who are going to be in last place, by the way, in the
Mm-hmm.
AFC West. Eberflus, who we just talked about with the Bears. Dennis Allen with the Saints. Uh, what's his name? Brian Duvall with the Giants, and Kevin O'Connell, who I said I'm kind of excited about with the Vikings.
Hmm.
Because we care about offense, because this is fantasy football. Which one of
Mm-hmm.
these new hires are you gonna pick? If you're going, I'm strictly going off. I'm trying to pick players off of offense that's going to be markedly improved over last year.
I think the
Uh,
Dolphins.
the Dolphins. I was thinking the Dolphins just as much because I think that offense has improved a lot. As long as two
It's
was
not.
good.
It's not even about that. I think it's more about the fact that they're gonna incorporate, whether people want to believe it or not, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna incorporate a lot of San Francisco's offense
Yeah.
into that offense. Just think about picking up Raheem Mustard, which they're gonna use him. Typically, they use him in San
Yeah.
Francisco. He brung over a bunch of the staff
Yeah.
from San Francisco. I think just the fact that they got Tyreek Hill. I think, and I want to, I did say they was use Tyreek Hill in that form
Mm-hmm.
of Debo. I think it's gonna be more of Waddle in that form. Bubble screens
Mm-hmm.
because of we all Tua doesn't have the arm strength to go down the field. So
If the wide receivers are willing to wait for it, he can.
yeah, so
Right.
10 and post, foul cross, bubble screens. They're gonna
Yeah.
make they living off stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
They're gonna
and
try to rebuild the Yak brothers,
yeah,
basically. Yeah.
basically in Miami.
Uh huh.
So that's the way I see that. I think Miami they present a better package of players
Mm-hmm.
if you're talking about fantasy wise, as
Yeah.
far as which ones you want to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they pick, but obviously Minnesota could be one too because of Jefferson and that's Kirk Cousins. Because Kirk Cousins on the low had a really good
Yeah.
year
He
last
did.
year.
He did.
Um, he had like 35 touchdowns. I didn't know that.
No.
4,000
He was quietly
yards.
really good. Yeah.
Quietly, really, really good. Now, does he improve to 4,500 and 40 touchdowns
They've got an
with that new
offensive
offense?
genius now. They say.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but is it? Those are the two ones that I see. I don't. I just think it's those two teams.
You're not gonna
You
go with
get?
my man Josh McDaniels and the Raiders. You're gonna give us no love.
I seen Josh McDaniels first year around as a coach, and he cheated. So,
Well, duh. That's why the Raiders got him. It was like, hey, that
oh my
cheating that you
god!
all did with the Patriots, bring that over. You saw they brought over the whole Patriots team.
Oh
Anyone
my
who
gosh!
ever played for
Are
the
you?
Patriots is now playing
Are
for the
you?
Raiders, except for Tom Brady. Tom Brady's
Are
the only
you?
guy we don't have
Are
right
you
now.
incorporating that he cheats? That's what you're telling
Yes,
me to.
we're bringing it all over here. Uh,
Okay, I got you. I'm
but I'm
sorry.
with you. If I'm gonna pick from this group, my top choices were actually gonna be the Raiders, and that's part of my
Homer.
partiality because I'm a homer. But
Yeah.
I really think that Devontae Adams is gonna make that offense go with Derek Carr. Hey, did I ever mention Hunter Renfro's pretty good? So Devontae,
I'm not taking that away from him. He did good last year.
and
So
he's
I have
gonna.
nothing
I
bad.
think Devontae Adams is gonna make him even better
Yeah.
this year. So I like the Raiders, but the other team I was thinking about was maybe used to be the coach of the Raiders, Dennis Allen with the Saints, only because they have a lot of pieces that could make their offense interesting. So you can pick, like we mentioned, the rookie Olave that they drafted. Michael Thomas is back.
Yeah.
If AK-47 is not in prison, you might pick him. There's some talent, but I don't think any team has improved their offensive pieces as much as the Dolphins. So I'm with you. I'm going to say that Mike McDaniels bringing over the 49ers staff is going to probably be the top. If you're just looking for an offense to
Yeah.
pick players from, it's hard. not to pick them, and so he should, I think, have a really good first year coaching, or at least for a fantasy football perspective. There's a lot there to like.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Najee Harris.
Yes, I love Najee Harris. For those that don't know,
or Joe Mixon.
Najee Harris. I kind of like Joe. I love Joe Mixon this year. Joe Mixon was like low key really good last year, but Najee Harris, I don't know if y'all knew, he made 1,000 yards rushing last year.
Yeah, because you didn't
with an offensive line that for years has produced nothing but subpar running performances. And this year with the rookie Pickett, I think Najee might have a completely crazy workload. I'm going Najee Harris. Najee Harris is going to he's not going to be the number one overall running back, but he's going to compete for that spot.
Okay. But off that, how you feel about Pickett? Is Pickett taking that job? I think he does.
I can't. He's from Pittsburgh. It's like he's literally the home guy. Trubisky, I've had my love-hate relationship with Trubisky. I'm trying to see. I think if I'm rolling dice, I'm gonna say maybe Trubisky starts as the quarterback.
Yeah.
I think they really like Pickett. I think the goal is to get him in the start. I think yeah. I'm gonna go because that's kind of why I went with Najee Harris. I think he becomes the guy. I think Pickett becomes the guy this year, unless Trubisky's gonna finally be good again. But I'm not gonna bet a lot on Trubisky.
I'm gonna give you a fun fact.
Yeah.
The practice field where Pittsburgh practice at, where the practice facility where Pittsburgh practice at, and where the Pittsburgh Steelers practice at, is basically in the same building. So anybody, you can Google this. So if you Google the Pittsburgh facility, they have a door that says Pittsburgh Steelers, and they have a door that says for the Pittsburgh college football team. So every time he would go to practice,
right,
he would see Mike Tomlin coming in, and he would be like, I always dreamed of going on the other side of that door, which was the Pittsburgh's door.
Right.
And he passed Mike Tomlin for like 3 years playing at Pittsburgh. So the reason I say he's going to start, because not only has Mike Tomlinson seen him, but he's seen him up close and personal.
Right. They're in love with him. Yeah.
So he's basically seeing him play technically a whole lot, because when I tell you these doors are right next door to each other, they're literally right next door to each other.
Do you think he starts like week 1 as the?
I think he does.
Okay.
Because you know what I factor in, and the same thing is with the Falcons quarterback situation. Mariota is only making $7 million this year.
Yeah.
That is backup money.
He is not intended to be a long-term solution.
So,
yeah,
backup money, 2-year deal, second year not guaranteed, 1 year. So basically, it's a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Same thing with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Trubisky is not the long-term answer. Right.
He's making $7.5 million. So it's all backup money for those two guys. So the rookies are going to get a chance. And then Mike Tomlin came on and said, yeah, he got a chance to start. Yeah. So he said that draft night, you don't just put that out there if you feel like he can't start. That's all I'm saying. And I think Pickett's going to start.
It's going to be exciting. It's very, very
not saying I'm going to draft him, but I will say Pickett might start.
Dynasty League might pick him up.
Yeah.
I mean, not even might. Dynasty League, pick him up. Let me tell you that. It's like, what am I talking about? Might. All right, I got one last one.
Okay.
Are you ready for this one? And this one is also a little bit different. In fact, it's not even fantasy football related. It's Rodney Riddick related.
Okay.
The As I said at the beginning of the show, the NFL schedule has been released. You are a avid 49ers fan.
Yes,
I am an avid Raiders fan. Our producer, Sydney, is a diehard, born in Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Yes.
On the 49ers schedule, I'm sure you've looked at it already.
Yes, I
The
have.
Chiefs
Many times.
go to the 49ers
Yes.
October 23rd. The 49ers go to Las Vegas January 1st. Pick one. Which game are you going to?
So, I'm going to give you a story.
Okay.
I looked at the schedule.
Uh-huh.
Because I actually looked at the schedule the day it came out.
As
soon as it dropped, I was there. I was on vividseats.com, which is a site where I buy my tickets from where I want to go to games and stuff.
Sponsor of the show. They should be. You just said their name.
Vivid's a good site. If you're looking for tickets, good cheap. It's like a resale site where it's pretty, they sell good seats and it's pretty reasonable. So I was looking at the Kansas City game.
Okay.
So, mind you, everybody know my wife is pregnant.
Yeah.
And I have an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
So
you're not going to the October 23rd game.
So that game is out of the window.
Right.
So because I can't be going that long, I would have to leave literally on a Friday, Saturday-ish, and come back that Monday. Wife was not having it. So wife was like, nah, it's not one. No. Now, the Raiders game, probably not going to happen. I did think about going to the Rams game, the Monday night game.
About the Rams?
Yeah. But I'm not doing a game this year. The closest I can get to a game is probably a sports bar or on my couch.
Well, this is all hypothetical fantasy. Anyway, so if you had your choice between the Raiders game or the Chiefs game, which one are you going to?
I want to do Kansas City game because it's in San Francisco. That would be the game I go to.
Terrible answer.
Hold up.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Because my brother loves the Vegas Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a mean trip to take to Vegas to go see my 49ers. But my dream is to go see my 49ers in San Francisco.
Because you want to be in there, I give you a pass. By the way, thanks, Mom. I am happy to be sounding more like myself. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. But here's why your answer was terrible. Mm-hmm. Off the top of your head, the right answer is only 49ers at Vegas Raiders. Because if you weren't paying attention, I said it's January 1st. New Year's Day in Vegas. Shut up if you're not going to that thing. That's going to be wild, crazy.
I'd rather go to Cali first.
Somebody's going to prison because they're going to get out of control.
I'd rather go to Cali first.
I hope the game gets played because both of those teams, the 49ers and the Raiders better have a tight lock in the hotels on their players because I'm not letting anybody go anywhere. New Year's Day, Las Vegas, sign me up if I could be there.
Look, man, I would dearly want to go to that game. Because what we want to do one day is go to an actual NFL game and actually do a show.
Yeah, we're going to do a show live from
January
1st in Las Vegas.
Game. So that's one of our goals for this show is to go live at a real NFL game. Just to, not long, but just to say, hey, R&J is here to, represent. But that's the goal, man. I wish it could be this year. But
January 1st.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna probably make that one. So definitely not gonna make that one.
I'm gonna keep trying to push it. I know other for that.
Look, I wish I could. I feel you. Baby boy.
That's going to be so wild. I don't know if I want to be. It might be a little bit too wild for me. Like I said, I'm just getting over an illness. That game might be too much for me. But that's going to be I saw the date and I was like, are y'all serious? January.
Now, I will say this.
New Year's Day.
It's going to be a lot of in-house fighting around here at R&J Productions.
We're going to start the new year badly. Just so you know.
It's going to be a lot of in-house fighting because the Niners play the Chiefs. The Niners play the Raiders. It's going to be a lot of, especially with Sydney, because everybody knows me in Sydney. We go.
Especially since you said her team's going to be in last place in the division.
That's fine. They are.
So she's going to ride you the whole year when you're wrong.
I'm going to ride her the whole year too. So it doesn't matter. This is what we do. So we infight all the time about our teams, but it's all in love, though. It really is. I do have one last one for you.
Oh yeah, go ahead. What you got?
Dalvin Cook or Alvin Kamara?
Dalvin Cook, because I'm still shaky on what's going on with Alvin Kamara. But I like Dalvin Cook more. You always gotta draft Alexander Madison, because you just don't know.
Madison, boy, that kid. I was telling somebody, I said Madison needs to just go to another team and just make his way or something, because he is not gonna get a shot there.
Yeah.
Unless they just outright just say I'm done with Dalvin Cook.
So
now I'm gonna tell you the Cook to look out for, though.
His little brother.
Yes.
James
Cook.
Uh-huh.
That's the one to look out for this year. James, I don't
think he's gonna make a big impact this year, but he's somebody to sneak on the low in your dynasty leagues. Well, I don't even know how low you're gonna get with him, because he's Dalvin Cook's brother. The arrows are pointed towards this guy being good.
Yeah, they say he's supposed to be good. And going to Buffalo.
Yeah, that's just interesting, because Devin Singletary looked like he was maybe
nobody's on the Singletary,
but no. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Singletary gotta go. Singletary. the problem with Singletary is beginning of the year he's terrible. The end of the year he's good. You gotta be consistent. You gotta do it.
He's all inconsistent, year. And you have Josh Allen snatching all the touchdowns.
Yep,
it's just a problem. But James could change all that. That's gonna be really interesting to watch.
Man,
that is the rich getting richer.
I've been itching. I can't wait because June 1st is my mark date to start getting stuff ready for leagues. So it's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I gotta repeat as champion in a lot of leagues.
All right, now you're talking foolishness. So.
Don't hate, man.
I am. I'm a hater on that.
Don't hate now. I'm coming now. I am coming for one this year. I'm coming at the champ, and I know he's listening. I'm coming at your daddy. I need that chip over there this year.
It's been a long time since your name been on that trophy. It's been a long time since mine been up there too. Well, actually, my name is up there this year. It just has senior written after it.
It's been a while since my name has been on that trophy. I want to say
we both need to get that one.
13 or something. It's been a while. It's been a minute. So
it's been a while.
I got to get back over there, but I did when I was in 5 last year. So anyway. I think I'm doing good.
Well, that's all I've got for tonight, everybody.
That's all we got. I appreciate you, man. It's so glad to be back, man.
It's more good important to be back and feeling healthy.
Have my brother back. So that's the most important thing out of all of this. So he's back, and we back. We'll see y'all in
2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll be back at it. Hey, you know where to find us. All of these, our Twitter, website, Instagram, Facebook.
Like, subscribe.
And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet.
Let's get it to 100. Let's go. Let's work. All right, y'all.
Peace out.
Peace out.